Many guys wonder if there is a way to truly tell if a girl likes them, and the answer is absolutely yes, but only if you know what you're looking for. And, surprise surprise, most men have no idea what to look for. The reality is that when girls like a guy or think he is desirable, they always give little hidden signals or indicators. And if you know what these small signals are and pay attention to them, you will be able to do something that most men cannot. And that, my friend, is a powerful weapon. Before we get into what these little signs are, you must understand something very important. By default, girls do not make the first move. When I was younger, I never really understood this, and there were times when me and my friends would be around a few new girls and at least one of them would give off all these little cues. But I had no idea what these meant, so I had no idea what to look out for. So, you must understand that signals without action are completely ineffective. In other words, if you see girls giving you these signals, you must act on it and make some moves. That is, of course, if you are interested too. The first sign might seem obvious, but it is actually a very subtle cue, and it is acting submissive. One of the small cues that a girl likes you, which most guys miss, is when she lowers her chin while looking up at you and smiling. Now, I know all of you have seen those girls in the Japanese cartoons and how they're always trying to lower their chin and look at you with big eyes. This isn't an accident. Girls do this because it is a subtle form of submission, and in girl code, it is basically her saying, "Hey, come chase me." A little bit of chasing is actually fun, and that is what ignites the flame. The foundation of flirting is attraction, and if you play your cards correctly, when a girl gives you this signal, essentially telling you to come chase her, go ahead and chase her, and if she likes you back, she'll eventually stop running. Acting submissive is a huge but subtle sign that most guys miss, and it can take many different forms. But the secret underlying message that the girl is always attempting to send when doing this is the same. She is essentially saying to you, "Hey, come get me." Another subtle way girls act submissive when they are attracted to a guy is to take up less space, which means keeping their legs and arms relatively close together. Another thing they might do is tilt their head and give you a strange smile or look at the same time. One other subtle sign that girls use to show submission around a guy include widening their eyes while looking at you. Pay close attention the next time you're around a girl you think likes you, and you'll most likely see her doing all of these things. The third thing that girls only do when they like or are attracted to a guy is becoming more vocal. When a girl is in the presence of a man she finds attractive, her brain releases a flood of love chemical. Dopamine is one of these chemicals, which is also released in the brain when a person is high. And this sign can be difficult to detect unless you know how much the girl normally talks when she is around someone she is not attracted to. However, if you notice a girl is talking far more frequently than normal when you're around, or if she appears to be doing anything she can to keep a conversation flowing with you, she most likely is attracted to you. The fourth thing that a girl only does if she likes you or thinks you're attractive is act overly feminine. Once again, this is a very subtle sign that is easy to overlook if you don't know what you're looking for. The best way I can describe it is when a girl does things in a dramatic way, especially when she talks. For example, instead of simply saying something, they will say it in a way that makes it appear more dramatic than it is. But this is done in a positive way, and almost every guy has been around girls who act like this at some point. Spend some time with a group of girls and observe how they interact with one another as opposed to how they interact with you. You'll begin to understand what I'm talking about. So, when I say act feminine, it is similar to how they act in a group, but much more pronounced. And you're probably wondering why knowing how to recognize these signs is important. It's important because girls aren't typically the ones who make the first move. And this is critical to understand because most girls will do some or all of these things if they like you or find you attractive. But here's the catch. If you completely miss those signs and do not act on them, the girl will simply move on and send the signals to the next guy who will recognize and act on them. And while this may not appear to be fair, it is simply the way things are. So, If you can spot these subtle cues and if you act on them quickly, you can avoid making the mistake that most men do and take advantage of opportunities as soon as they present themselves.